The Broadway play that I saw, the first one I'm going to do a review on, is Noah of Noah's Ark. The set starts out with a viewing of the stars that look very realistic. It then pans down to the full lower part of the stage with a beautiful three-dimensional scene of a full waterfall and mountains with amazing detail. Noah's name comes out in the clouds and the stage sets lights up. His wife and his sons and their wives come out, and they're all talking to each other, and there's some light comedy going on. And then Noah's brother arrives from the city. His name is Merlik, and he says to Noah, world-changing events are happening in the city. And as he leaves, he's saying to his brother that I'll get you caught up to a world as he's leaving. It quiets down with everyone going about their chores. God starts to talk to Noah and tells him how bad the world has become. He tells him he wants him to build an ark and collect animals, 2 at a time, both a male and a female. He wants him to build it 450 feet long, 45 feet high. And Noah contemplates where to build it and decides he better build it not in his wife's garden, but behind the house. Some more light comedy, which does not last long. Noah tells his family what God said about the ark and collecting animals, the birds, the reptiles, and everything that needs to go into it. And he tells them that God wants to purge the earth, but that they will live because they are good, faithful people. The costumes are traditional tunics and dresses of that time period, and they are very plain. His brother Merlik returns and states that he has been made governor of their province. There are little snippets of comedy mixed in, and their family is very lighthearted at this time. They start designing the ark with God's help. They go to the city to get some supplies, and a different feel about Noah and his family because they are dressed in very plain clothes and working class people, obviously. And the people in the city have rejected God, and they are all dressed in very bright colors, dancing very seductively, and they look metropolitan. Cain is in power and has made 3 governors to rule the land. They all claim to be the children of Cain, with soldiers controlling everyone. Lahab, the governor that runs the city, tries to tempt his sons with women and implying sexual favors. Noah's family is ridiculed and told to leave the city and never return. And Lahab, who runs the city and turns Noah's brother against him, it closes with that, and the next scene is opening with Noah's wife and family realizing how bad the people in the city and surrounding provinces are. They try to get others to join them. Noah tries to help them and convert them to their way of thinking, but they are constantly rejected by the masses of people in the cities. 5, 10, 20, 50 years pass as they build the ark. The ark starts to take shape on the stage. It is huge and is amazingly realistic looking. His brother wants to go with them, but does not want to change his ways of materialism. Lahab, the governor who runs the city, comes out to the ark. All the people who are helping Noah come down from the city and causing people helping Noah to split and some to go back to the city. It turns into chaos with people splitting up. Noah's family and friends, his uncle Merlik, has split them up. The song and singing and music are very soulful this time. Merlik returns again to the ark and tries to set it on fire. It's a very dramatic scene. After 120 years, the ark is completed. All the family at the ark are happy and content with what they have done. They are also contemplating how this is going to happen, and with the coming floodwaters, they start to worry how they are going to get the animals and everyone else into the ark. Noah looks up to the sky and is communing with God, and the animals start coming on their own. The cast walks out through the audience and into the aisles and starts bringing live animals into the stage and putting them in the ark, like it was all part of the miracle. They also had birds flying in from behind the audience and landing in the ark. It was all very realistic. The whole stage was inside of the ark and wrapped around the seated audience. It was filled with 2 pairs of live animals in pens that faced the audience. Thunder is starting and people are coming from the city to get in the ark. Noah's brother Merlin comes, but the ark door slams shut by God, and the people from the city try to burn the ark, but it starts to rain and puts their fires out. The flood is coming and people want in, but Noah can't open the door because God has closed it. They are sealed in. The ark starts making noise and begins to float. Noah says judgment has come. On the 41st day, the rain stopped, and the sun rays began to shine. Noah climbs to the top of the ark. There's not a cloud in the sky and no more rain. Everyone is happy and starts singing and dancing. After 6 months, they are still floating on the waters with no sight of land. They start running out of food for the animals and for themselves. Noah's son and their wives are beginning to quarrel with each other. Noah puts his foot down and they sing to Jehovah and reconcile their differences through prayer. 100 days have passed since the rain stopped, but they are still floating. Noah is trying to communicate with God in song to tell him what to do. He sings, "Speak to me, my God Jehovah." They are losing hope. He is starting to doubt Jehovah, but his wife joins him in song and they proclaim their love for each other. The brothers and their wives reconcile the differences over a baby elephant they say is a sign of the Lord. They name the elephant Goliath. Every 7 days, Noah lets a dove loose to see if it comes back with anything. One finally does come back with an olive branch. After several more days, the Lord talks to Noah and told him to leave the ark now. Noah asked the Lord to open the door, and God told him that he can open it now. He does so with the help of his sons, and they make an offering of food to Jehovah, and the Lord speaks to them and guides them to where they should settle with the rainbow to follow. They leave through the aisles in the theater. They close the show with the prayers Luke, John, and that's the end.